How are you? In this video, we're going to talk to you about a way to easily send mass emails that are personalized to all your students, and also how to track which students have actually opened up the emails that you're sending to them. The application that lets us do this is called Yet Another Mail Merge. Yet Another Mail Merge is a program that is going to do two basic things. Number one, it's going to allow you to send personalized group emails in a quick and efficient way, so that way I can email all of my students at once but have it tailored or personalized towards them. And number two, it's also going to allow me to track which students open up those emails and engage with those emails, and which students never even bothered to open my email to begin with. So to show some of that, the first thing we're going to do is kind of show you how to install the Yet Another Mail Merge add-on. This is all run through Google Sheets, so we're going to start in Google Sheets like you see here. And in order to install Yet Another Mail Merge, you're going to click on Add-ons within Google Sheet. Up on this top menu up here, if you click Add-ons and then click Get Add-ons, that's how you're going to find and install this add-on. Go ahead and search for Yet Another Mail Merge, and then you should see this red icon here, and go ahead, give Google the permissions it needs to install this add-on. So once you click on that and install it, then you should now see in your add-ons menu the Yet Another Mail Merge, which is going to now let us send an email personalized to lots of students and track which ones read it. So in order to do this, you're going to need to create a spreadsheet that has all of your students' email addresses listed out. You're also going to probably want their first name and their last name if you want to personalize to that degree. And then also I create a notes column where I can insert a personalized note somewhere in the body of that email to the students I want to say something specific or personalized to. If you need help pulling these emails and you're a Boston Public Schools employee on Aspen or SIS, there's an easy way to pull a spreadsheet with every single student's email and their first and last name separated out. If you need help doing that, please feel free to send me an email at ddoherty3, and I'm happy to show you how to quickly pull an email list of all of your students without having to type all that out. Now, once you've created your spreadsheet, you have the email for every student, which I've redacted here, and you also have at least their first name. Then you're kind of ready to create the email that's going to be sent out to all of these students. You're going to go into your Gmail, and you're going to go ahead and compose a draft email. You don't need to put anything in the to field. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in at this point on the email message. You don't need to put anything in the to field here. You do need to put a subject name for certain, because that's how you're going to pull this in the spreadsheet, and it's also what your students are going to see. I'm going to personalize my subject by saying hi, and then using these curly brackets. These curly brackets tell the mail merge to go ahead and insert whatever the student's first name is in place of this. So that's how I'm going to personalize even the subject line. And maybe I'm saying thanks for completing Illuminate, because they just completed an Illuminate assessment. So that's my subject line. And now when I type the body, I again probably want to personalize it, so I'm going to go ahead and say hey, and use these double curly brackets. And I'm going to insert whatever the column header is. So I want this to be calling the student by their first name. In my spreadsheet, I just called that column first. So I'm going to go ahead and say hey first. It may be cap sensitive, so I'm going to go ahead and be double careful and go ahead and put all caps first, just in case it's capital sensitive, but I don't think it is. So after that, then you can type the body of your email, maybe something generic you want to say to every student in this email. So thank you for your hard work in finishing and Illuminate. And then, more importantly, maybe I want to say personalized things to groups of students. Maybe there's a chunk of students who only did the first Illuminate and not the second one. Maybe there's some students who all did great, and I want to say, hey, great work. And maybe there's some students that just need an encouragement. So I'm going to go ahead and use these curly brackets, and this time I'm inserting note inside the curly brackets, because in my spreadsheet, note is the column header that I had for the note column where I'm going to put personalized comments to each student. So now this way, when this email gets sent out, when it actually goes to students, it's ultimately going to have all of this inserted, and for any student who I want a personalized note, that'll be placed in there, and it'll call them out by their first name and make them hopefully more likely to open it up if it looks personalized. So at that point, now that I think my email is drafted, it's ready to go. Again, I don't need any recipients. I don't need anything filled out other than the subject line, the body of the text I want, and then curly brackets as placeholders for the personalized pieces of the email. Once that's ready, Now you got to go back to your spreadsheet and you want to make sure that this is good to go. You've got the correct names for everybody and email in there. And if you're trying to add more than just, hey, saying their first name and you want to personalize notes to kids, go ahead and fill this column out here. For me, maybe I have a lot of kids who filled out assignment number 1, but there's a second assignment I want them to finish. So if that applies to student 1 and also a few other students like 8, 9, and 10 and 14 and 18, I can go ahead and quickly paste that so that comment goes to all of these students. Same thing if there's tough assignments, students need some encouragement. Maybe I saw that number student 17 and student 20 also kind of need some words of encouragement, so I'll go ahead and copy that semi-personalized note for those students. Any student where I leave this blank, don't worry, they're not going to leave the curly brackets, they'll just delete it and there won't be anything for that line for that student. Once you have your notes personalized, the student emails are ready to go. Now you're ready to actually have the program send the mail merge out. You'll click on add-ons, click yet another mail merge, and click start mail merge. So we'll take a second to load up. Once start mail merge does load up for you, it's important to know mail merge, the one default or drawback to it is at the beginning they limit you to 50 emails per day unless you pay them. The good news is if you invite friends, you boost your email daily by 50 emails each day for each friend you invite. So if you just invite your own personal Gmail account and invite a couple other friends, you can quickly get up to 200 free emails a day to send out, enough to cover however many students you have. So once that's in there, the mail merge is very simple. You're going to pick the email template and that's going to have the draft name. So as you remember, I built a draft that said, hi first, thanks for completing the Illuminate. That's the one I want to be sending out. So I'm going to select that as my email template. Again, it's just pulling this from my drafts in my Gmail. And then ultimately now, I don't really have to do much else. Make sure that my sender name is correct. If I'm worried about whether or not this is going to be sent correctly to students, I can say receive a test email, and that will send one personalized email to me that'll show what the students will be seeing before I click this button that sends emails to all students. 2 quick things to point out. Number 1, they track the records of who opens the emails, who clicks through, and who it bounces back for. Check this box off all the time. You want the data about which students have opened it. And also, if you ever want to delay when it's sending, maybe you're drafting your email at 8 a.m., but none of your students wake up till 11 a.m. like my students, go ahead, click delay delivery, and that way you can send it to them at a time that they're more likely to actually open that email up. Once you're good, hit this send button. It'll take about a minute, but then you'll see a progress bar and it'll track through, send all those emails. 2 nice things at the result. In the end, one, what you're going to see is that this sends personalized emails to every student so that it's calling their name out right in the subject line and in the body, make it more likely for the student to open and interact and engage with the email. Number 2, what I really like about this program, after you send out the mail merge, they're going to add a new column called merge status. And automatically your Google Sheet and this program, yet another mail merge, is going to track which students open the email, which students actively respond or click to links on the email, and which students got the email but didn't even open it yet. If you go into yet another mail merge from the add-ons and you open up the tracking report, so click into yet another mail merge and click this open tracking report link, that'll put together this nice little summary that shows you, hey, which students, how many of my students have opened the emails, how many have clicked through if I had links. I had no links for the students to click in this email, so you're not going to see anything there. How many students responded. And also, if you had any email addresses wrong, you'll see a red thing that says bounced instead of email sent, which says, hey, it never even got to the student's email because of some other error. So this is nice to be able to see which students are actively seeing your emails and which students you need to find other means of reaching out to because they're just not even opening your emails. Once again, if you've got any questions about this, feel free to send me an email. I'm happy to work with you or answer any questions. My email's projected here for you. It's ddoherty3@bostonpublicschools.org. Have a great day. Thank you for watching to the end of the video, and I hope you find that this is a helpful application.